Hey, tribe, what is going on? It has been a minute. I'm so sorry, but I am thrilled to be back. I think the last episode was November 10th. I wanted to give us a little beat over the holidays, but you guys have been like literally clamoring, texting, DMing. Terri, when's the next episode? So I love y'all. Thank you so much for really just tuning in and being in the tribe, being a fan. This is the last episode of season 10. This is episode 109. And I wanted to end this episode really on a high with a finale. And that is going to be about setting goals that actually get executed. Okay, this is about the 2026 blueprint for aesthetic practices to be successful. And why did I want to talk about this? Look, we all have best intentions. We're at the gym. We're going to do dry January. We have all these resolutions. We set all of these goals. But if you don't want 2026 to be a repeat of 25, we have to change one thing. And you guys can see I make copious notes for my podcast. And it's really the way that you set goals, more importantly, the way that we execute them. And so when we're thinking about goal setting, most people set them in terms of like motivation. And really, I'm here to inspire you, not just motivate you. And so goals aren't inspirational. They have to be operationally directional. Okay, and so what do I mean by that? When you set intentional goals that can be hit, you are looking at a couple of things. Your goals determine what you focus on, what you measure, your team's performance, how well that you sell, how well you convert, what you stop tolerating, and whether your practice is going to grow and be profitable or just stay busy. So today I really want to walk you through a different kind of goal setting process built specifically for aesthetic practices and aesthetic leaders. So number one, what do I want you to do? Set a big goal, a big, hairy, scary fucking goal that forces change, not that just feels safe. So here's the truth. If your goal doesn't require a new level of behavior, it's not a real goal. I promise you that. If it's not scary enough, if it doesn't get you out of your comfort zone, it's not scary, it's not big enough, and it's just a wish. So your goals need to be big enough to create urgency, clarity, and perhaps put pressure on your team and your systems. Big goals force decisions. It pulls everything into your business toward whatever that target is and that focus is. And so what do I mean by that? And here's some examples. We built a $2 million practice with 25% profits without adding more providers, by eliminating low revenue procedures and focusing on higher producing ones. That is something, those were tangible things that you changed that made an impact. Or saying, we're going to increase our revenue per hour by 15% across providers by ensuring our team is trained, we're yielding a high revenue per hour, increased patient spend, mastering the consultations. Like you're giving very tangible, tactical things. Small goals are not going to change anything if they're not, again, specific enough. If we can't inspect what we expect, things are just going to remain the same. And you guys, we've heard it. It's at every conference, every M&A panel, everything that I teach. What for us is about people are just hovering around, that in the med spa space around that $2 million mark. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's all relative based on your space and square foot and size and people and hands and hours. But if you want something different, we have to shoot bigger with a different target. So I want you to set a directional goal, not just a revenue target. It's easy to be like, okay, I'm going to increase by 20%. Well, where did that come from? Or I'm going to grow another $1 million. What's the difference is directional goals, they define how you intend to grow and operate as a business versus I'm going to hit 3 million. So what does that even mean? I want you to ask yourself this. Are you building the right kind of practice? And then breaking that apart and breaking it down more specifically. So Are you building the right kind of practice? Looking at revenue quality over revenue volume. So a directional goal would be, I want to grow revenue by improving revenue per patient, revenue per hour, not by adding discounts, more hours, or more providers prematurely. Do you see the difference? So how does this hold your practice accountable? You're not chasing low margin procedures. You're not panicking and doing discounting and promotions because you feel you have to get more people in the door. You are keeping the integrity of your price, and you are enhancing and mastering the consultation, not paying more marketing to get more leads that aren't converting. So more revenue doesn't mean a better business. Better revenue does. Okay, that's number one. I'm going to talk to you about 10 things. Number 2, capacity over expansion. This is really important. So a directional goal would be, I am going to maximize my current provider schedules and room utilization to at least 85 to 90% before adding more staff, devices, or locations. So do you see the difference? So the accountability lens is really looking at, it forces leaders to look at and fix no-show rates, poor scheduling inefficiencies, weak follow-up. It prevents the shiny syndrome, like the next marketing agency, the next piece of equipment. And so really the soundbite for you guys is that if your schedule isn't full, expansion is avoidance. It's not a strategy. Okay, number 3, patient lifetime value over one-time wins. This is really, really important. So I want your directional goal would be something like, I want you to design your business to increase patient lifetime value through treatment planning, leveraging memberships, and long-term patient care. You guys know this is what I preach, not one-off transactional opportunities. So what this prevents is your Groupon or discounting style of thinking, injectors, or providers hopping around, and having, a very promotional driven type of business. Okay. You can't build a business on one syringe at a time. It's not sustainable. Patients have lots of choices. They're not loyal. They're splitting the money and the pocketbook between people. You want to master this time in the room. I say, when you can't get that time back, it's gone. Okay. It's really gone. Number 4, predictability over chaos. And so I want you to create predictable revenue through, again, the right treatments that yield the highest return, your systems, being operationally efficient in the scheduling, memberships, pre-booking, and that you're standardizing the consultation process. Why? Okay, accountability is going to look like you're going to have fewer slower months or emergencies that are happening that you're trying to fill. You're going to be less emotional when you're making decisions, and you're going to have data-driven forecasting. So a mature practice does not guess. A practice that's $1 million versus ones that are 5 or 10, they make very different decisions. They invest in very different things. So a mature practice doesn't guess. It uses information to make an informed decision, and it forecasts. Number 5 is provider productivity, as you guys know, as a business KPI. So the directional goal could be, I'm going to increase my provider revenue per hour without having them work harder or have burnout or, work weekend hours. So I'm going to increase provider revenue per hour without adding more time. How do you do this? You guys know this is literally my jam. Better treatment planning, better support roles. Maybe your NPs and PAs need an MA to help support that in RNs, proper delegation, and then you're just constantly training. It's not a one-time thing. So your training is your greatest investment with the highest return. I say it often, busy does not mean being profitable. So this is a very, very important thing. Again, provider productivity is a business KPI. Number 6, margin protection, non-negotiable. Margin protection, non-negotiable. So I need you to protect your profit margins. That means your pricing strategies have to be right within the target market that your market demands. looking at your pricing, your payroll, your promotional memberships, not emotional. So many people set these things up and they're losing money because they don't know what the benchmark should be. This is going to help you prevent overstaffing, underpricing, or just kind of like, well, we're not really looking at the data. Let's just do some discounting. And you're making decisions not based on the facts. And so if you don't protect your margins, you guys, your margins are going to disappear. And then you're wondering why and what happened. And then you're calling us for us to fix it. Okay, number 7, experience consistency across every patient journey and every touch point within your practice. And so what do I mean by that? Again, we're talking about directional goals. I want you to deliver the same level of patient experience regardless of the day, the time, and or the provider. There should be consistency and, again, training across the group. Why does this matter? You're going to have standard operating procedures that everyone understands what to do, how, why, when. The training. Okay, it is literally January, 20th? Between me and my team in 20 days, at the end of this month, we will have gone to 5 on-site sales trainings. This is no joke. People are really understanding that the greatest thing that you can do, we can't hire staff and expect them to know what to do. They have to be held to KPIs. They have to be trained. They have to know how, why. How is the biggest problem? People, I'm at, what you guys know, 20 some plus conferences a year. People struggle with the how, and that's what our training is about. Okay, so luxury isn't just a person. You guys know what brands you like. Luxury isn't a person. It is a process. It's an experience. Okay, number 8 is leadership-driven growth, not provider dependency. So what is that directional goal? I want you to build a business that can grow without relying on one rock star, amazing provider or owner working more hours. And I know this is really hard trying to find good talent, but what this is really going to force you to do is encourage strong middle management, provide clarity in roles, and more importantly, it will allow you to have a more scalable system. So if the business collapses when one person steps away, you guys, it's not a business, it's a job. Okay, number 9, data before decisions. Critical. We can't make decisions off of emotions. I want you to make decisions based on KPIs, benchmarks, financial data, not anecdotes, not what your friends said on the Facebook group, not social media trends, not feelings. I promise you, we've been doing this, so blessed, over 20 years, helping over 2,000 practices. Accountability tools matter. Monthly scorecards. Again, looking at all of these KPIs, which there's so many. We talk and teach them constantly. If you're a client of ours, you know that. I think I posted on my Instagram, very intentional, quantifiable client results. They're exponential, you guys, and I'm really proud of that. So, these metrics hold you accountable. More importantly, it's going to allow you to make an informed decision to make a change and not wait till it's too late. Feelings don't scale. Data does. 10. I said I'm going to give you 10 things. Long-term value creation. This is your exit strategy, exit ready thinking. And what do I mean by that? Okay, so your directional goal would be, I want to operate this practice as if it's going to be valued, scaled, or sold. Even if you guys have no immediate plans to do that, you have to treat it as such. So whether you are a startup in business 2 years, 5 years, 30 years, okay, what this changes is you're going to be forced to say, I'm a great provider. You know, I only know what I know. I'm going to reach out to Terri Ross Consulting. I'm going to get expert help. That's what coaches are there for, okay? To help you win the game, not play the game, win the game. So what this is going to do, you're going to have cleaner financials, better documentation, smarter compensation plans, smarter pricing strategies. You guys, you don't decide to be exit ready when it's like too late in the game. I want you to build it right, get the house, get the infrastructure right from day one. So directional goals, you guys, are not just about hitting a number. They are about building a business that you don't have to save and rescue every month. Doesn't that sound good? I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, even when I was writing this and thinking about this, I'm like, this is what we do. It's what we teach. It's what we're so proud of. And so now I'm like, I'm going to give you some things to do. So what we just went through was 10 directional goals. Gave you examples. Now, what do I want you to do? I want you to maybe create a theme. Like, what is your theme for 2026? Every high performer or company builds a theme. So it gives you sort of like a filter. So here's a few things I wrote down. The profit year, the team culture year, the scaling year, the patient retention year, the expansion year, like whatever it is, I want you to finish a sentence. This is the year that we will what? Okay? Because your team needs clarity too. You can't just be like, hey guys, we have these directional goals. They need clarity. They need the same level of transparency, honesty, and conviction, because if they don't know how to do it, they all have to be bought into your vision. And this is one way to do that. So then I also want you to, okay, so you're going to pick a theme. I want you to reverse engineer your goals into numbers. So what most practice owners and managers do, they set a revenue goal and they're like, well, okay, cool. Now, I'm not saying this is everybody, sure. But without a forecast and a budget, or saying, all right, our goals are 200 grand a month in service. This is, 10,000 in retail. We're not really looking at it. So, we're not managing it until it's like too late in the game, and we can't do that. Revenue is just math. Okay. It's math and it's execution. So I want you to work backward. So what is your goal for 2026? 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, whatever that is. Okay. I want you to work backward. What does it mean to you guys? What does it mean daily? Hell, what does it mean hourly, daily, weekly, monthly? How many consultations do you need required every single month? What does your patient conversion rates need to be to hit that number? Then what is your average profit per treatment or procedure? What's your provider capacity? What is the revenue per hour that you have to hit? What's your retention that you have to hit? Holy shit, I'm already like, this is a lot. And if you're listening, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know, Terri, if I measure any of these things. I get it. But if your schedule is only 50% at capacity, the goal isn't to make you work harder, spend more money in marketing. You have got to train your team, you guys, to maximize revenue potential from every single person. And again, if your conversion rates aren't above 75%, this is not a lead problem. It's a training problem. Okay, let's see. 3, I want you to pick 3 to 5 areas that you can focus on. Okay, building a business that is sustainable and not picking 20 things and we can't get to them. So I said 3 to 5. I want to focus on my revenue and profitability. I want to focus on my leadership and team performance. I want to focus on operations and systems, patient experience or retention, personal growth, whatever it is. I need you to pick 3 to 5 very specific things. And then within those things, what are the top priorities? This is where you can't chase 20 things. Pick the 3 to 5, and then within that, pick the 5 priorities. And again, they could be examples so that you're not getting distracted. I want to purchase and launch a new device based on market demand, the team, profitability, urgency, the need, and I'm going to pay for it this way. I am not going to run promotions without looking at profitability and return on investment. I'm going to build compensation plans that yield the right behaviors and that are motivational, but that are profitable. Your business can't lose money because you're compensating wrong. So be very specific. Then I want you to build a to-do list. I mean, this is where we have a real growth strategy. I want you to stop discounting, you guys, especially if you're not measuring the profitability and the profit margins. We talked about that. Stop allowing consultations, please, where people don't pay. People ask us all the time, and we talk about it in training. What do you sell? Of course, we sell a journey, experience, outcomes, results, confidence. Yes, we do. But we're your business consultants. I have to give a shit. You're selling time, okay? If people have no sweat equity, if they can't afford a consultation fee, do you really think they're going to be paying for this treatment plan? They're not. And I promise you, if you follow me, support me, work with me, train with me, or my team, you know that these are proven methods. Then I want you to create a scorecard. We're launching several things at TRC this year. We're expanding rapidly. Our team's growing. But I want you to have a scorecard. And what I mean by that is these daily, weekly, monthly, annually KPIs. We have to look at every single KPI, you guys. Otherwise, how do you know what to improve? So we're looking at your leads, your cost of leads, your conversions, inquiry to consult, consult to close, your no-show rate, your rebooking rate, your gross profit, revenue per hour, utilization, retail. I mean, I literally could go on. And at our 4S Summit, which we're holding 3 this year, the next business conference is in Tucson in March. I mean, it's a 2.5 day down and dirty, like MBA of aesthetics, because these numbers are critical. Most people say, you know what, Terri, I don't know what they are, or I measure some of them, not all of them, or I don't know what to do with the information. So this is really important. We want to help support you so that you do, and you're tracking to the number. And then your execution, the habits that you perform. High performers, we do it differently. And you guys, it's not easy for me. It's freaking hard. But the ones that hit the goal, we think differently. We're motivated by different things. We have fewer goals. We hold people accountable. We have stronger execution. We have clear targets. We're talking about if we hit them or if we did not. We have better discipline. People come in early, they stay later. We support goals through training, through systems, not just motivation, rah, rah. And we document, we measure, right? We track, we talk about it. If the plan's not written down, it's just not a plan, okay? So if your habits don't change, your results are not going to change. So I just want to summarize. I want your goal to be big enough, scary enough, profound enough that it really does shape your decisions. And it doesn't become background noise. It's not, we're going to be mediocre or do the same things we've always done, or think about training as an expense. Hell, it's not. What's expensive is you not training your team. That's expensive. That's going to cost you money. So I want you to go back, listen to this, stop tolerating inefficiencies, stop guessing, stop making decisions, based on the wrong information. I want you to again, invest in your company, invest in your team, not just your patients. Think like a CEO. That is the difference really between good and great. So my challenge for you, my ask of you with so much love, is to set that big, scary goal I gave you, and then set your directional goals. That's 1. Number 2, I want you to pick your theme. Number 3, I want you to pick the 3 to 5 areas that you're going to focus on. Then I want you to look at the top priorities within that. I want you to create a list of shit you're going to stop doing. Stop doing these certain things. I want you to reverse engineer. If you want to hit this goal, what is it going to require hourly, daily, weekly, monthly? Then I want you to track and have your scorecard. Whew. I want to drop the mic now. So I spent a lot of time thinking about this, putting this podcast together, really trying to always give you valuable information that you can listen to this, pause, repeat, listen to it again. I'm like pillow talk when you go to bed at night, because you know that what we do here at Terri Ross Consulting, what our entire team does, is to serve, to give back, to see the rewards and the strides that you guys make. So if this resonated with you and you're either not doing these things, you're stuck, you need help, that's what we're here for. It's lonely at the top. So please don't try to do this on your own. I promise you that we will get you there further, faster. You have a tribe, you have a family, you have a community, plus you have experts that are going to teach you exactly how to do these things with visibility so that you can feel that you can run your business. And again, when we go away, not feeling scared, but feeling really confident that you know how to do it. So I love y'all so much. This was a wrap for season 10. I'm really excited. I can't wait to launch season 11, episode 110. So again, until next time, really, I want to hear from you. Please DM me. Tell me what you thought about this podcast. If you want more information around this, I want you to be disciplined, be profitable, get scared, get uncomfortable. But more importantly, I want you to have a very high performing, sustainable company this year. So I love y'all. And again, if you want our help, please visit Terri Ross Consulting. You know where to find me, DM me. And with that said, go crush it this year. And I'll see you on the next episode of In Touch with Terri. Ciao, guys.